Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Give Me a Hole. Yeah, my name is Dom, and the Wyatt Sicks returned last night on Smackdown on my birthday, which is also, of course, Bray Wyatt's birthday. So, what a wonderful surprise for the community and for fans of Bray and for fans of the Wyatt Sicks. I don't do these very often now because I like my sleep. I know it's 9:15 p.m., which is quite early for some of you guys. Most of our audience are, of course, in the US. So if you catch this later on, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Like, subscribe, and all that knackers if you feel like it, but not essential. But yeah, we are going to go through just some of the stuff that happened. We're going to go through the Twitter like we normally do, or X, whatever you want to call it. We're going to scroll through some stuff. We're going to look at what some people are saying. We're going to decode some stuff because there was a tweet just after, 3 minutes after SmackDown finished by the Wyatt Sicks. And we're going to talk to you guys. If anybody's here and anyone wants to comment, I'll be reading out comments and having a chat with you all because that's what I like to do. Not that we do these very often. So this is special. It's a special live stream talking about the Wyatt Sicks return. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up Twitter like I would normally do. And we're going to go through the Wyatt Sicks hashtag, of course. Sportskeeda there paying tribute with the May 23rd birthday image of the birthday cake with Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Loomis there from SmackDown. The Wyatt OG, the legendary social media advocate for the Wyatt Sicks there with that plain image looking fantastic. What a wonderful moment for us all. And then Tribal Wrestling with the clip itself, that Sister Abigail on Johnny Gargano. It makes the most sense, I think, to have the Wyatt Sicks feud with DIY, or certainly Gargano. Sorry, I realize you didn't see that, did you? I do this all the time. We'll go through that again live. So yeah, there is the tribute again from Sportskeeda. There is the Wyatt OG's straight pure image, which looks really cool. And there is the clip of Gargano getting that Sister Abigail. Yeah, it once again makes most sense for the Wyatt Sicks to feud, I think, with Gargano, with DIY, because they've got that history there. Loomis, particularly, has that history there. I think Gacy might have had some history with them on NXT, but I think it's a pretty cool sort of Easter egg for the potential first feud, given that Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, was the one to Sister Abigail, Johnny Gargano, and of course we did see Nikki Cross dive out of the ring onto Candice LeRae. So yeah, very, very cool moment for everybody involved. You should see that Montez cross thing that he does. That was great. It was almost like he was channeling Chad Gable. I'm just going to can I full screen this for you guys? Probably not. But I'll do it anyway. It was a really cool moment.
Wyatt Sicks!
There's the cross. I love that. So yeah, everybody going nuts. Yeah, I just thought that was a really cool moment. And whether we get demonetized or not, I think worth showing you guys because it was cool. Yeah, some lovely images there. There was a tweet. There's of course reference to Alexa Bliss, who is of course back, could be joining up with the Wyatt Sicks. What do you guys want to see there? Do you want to see Alexa Bliss join up with the Wyatt Sicks? I think at the moment, obviously, she's got the thing going on with Charlotte. Let's leave that alone. Let's see what happens there, and let's bring her into the Wyatt Sicks fold somewhere down the line. I'm going to pull up the tweet that they did. Just find the actual account, and then let's go into the comments to see that's not the official Wyatt Sicks account. I'm looking at people, aren't I? Top. Where is it? Oh, it's just the Wyatt Sicks, isn't it? Let me just. There we go. People. There we are. Got there eventually. Oh. No, wait, that's not it either. I'm just gonna leave that open to interpretation. Yeah, there's plenty of accounts out there that are ripping off the Sicks, so we're going to go back off that, and we're just going to go back into the hashtag and see if anybody's covered the tweet that happened. because that I think was useful. Yeah, it was posted 3 minutes afterwards, and I would like to see that. But anyway, let's just scroll down. How's everybody doing while I'm scrolling on Twitter trying to figure out where this thing is? If anybody's got a link to it, please put it in. Yeah, how's everybody getting on? How are you all doing? It's been a while since I've done one of these, and yeah, it's just good to see everybody. Really, yeah. How are you all doing? I know that Dan hasn't been on Raw recently, doing Raw for us. I know he's been busy with work. You've been Anthony's been treated to Anthony on AEW, I believe, for a few weeks. Hopefully he's good. I've just found the Wyatt Sicks Twitter. It took me long enough. Let me come back onto that for you. I did have it. Let's have a look. Present. Stop screen. Technical issues. Right. Let's try. Is that the proper one? That's the proper one. Yeah, there we go. Got there eventually. Right. There we are. So there, finally, I have the official Wyatt Sicks Twitter. There is the tweet itself. So you can see there, I believe there's a YouTube link, from what I understand. That is a link to a Matrix video, which says basically, welcome back, we've missed you. And there's some letters here, which I believe translates to Bray's birthday. But we'll go in the comments and we'll see what people are theorizing. There's lots of lovely tweets there from Metal Mama Brittany, who was always great. Wyatt OG there with another image. People, Kirby there. Some lovely memes. Fantastic. Someone commented on Wrestling Days stream. Of course, lots of love over there for the Wyatt Sicks return. Chemical compound with 6 atoms is a distorted trigon prism that is not symmetrical. There you go. So yeah, lots of stuff here. But yeah, I think mainly the Wyatt, the tease there is to do with Bray's birthday, and the YouTube link just saying thank you, welcome back, and we're glad to be back, is basically that. So yeah, very exciting. I want to, while I'm here, because we normally cover Vincent and the Righteous stuff, I'll cover it while we're on. Vincent just posted a 20 hours ago, around the same time, of course, that the Wyatt Sicks returned. We told all of you it's about you. We are waiting for the rest of you. Before we begin, dig what I'm saying. So the Righteous could be coming to WWE. The Righteous could be coming to TNA. We just don't know, do we? Hey guys, observing stuff is in. Hey, how you doing? You missed my my little Twitter mess up. This is why I don't do live streams anymore. Yes, the final assessment is over because Ellering and the Authors of Pain got released, didn't they? Which is a shame. But yeah, just going back to that, I'll cover the Vincent stuff first, and then we'll come back to comments. Yeah, we told you it's all about you. We're waiting for the rest of you before we begin. Dig what I'm saying. You are the righteous, for we are many. So we get that cult-like vibe from Vincent there. If you can see that. It was also another tweet from Dutch, who's of course, there's a tweet there from Nicole, who's great. I love Nicole. Part of the Wyatt Sicks community. So the tweet there. Dutch posted May 21st. Patience is bitter, but it's the fruit. The fruit is sweet. Witness the righteous ripen. Death walks soon. So again, that could even be tied in with the Wyatt Sicks. I'm not entirely sure we're going to see the righteous in WWE. I don't think we will see them there. I know they had a brief sort of tryout with NXT, but I do think they'll be to TNA. I think they'll go to TNA, and maybe we'll see some crossover there. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, since we normally cover, and there's Nicole again, since we normally do cover the righteous stuff on the brief videos that we do. I will go full screen and we'll see what, RIP Final Testament. Yeah, they all got released. And the 7 of you in, thank you so much for joining us. Apologies if you come in late and you saw me have a little Twitter meltdown because I couldn't find the official Wyatt Sicks account. I should probably just follow it, shouldn't I? And then I'll never have to worry about that again. But hopefully you guys are all right. Hopefully everybody's doing okay, and you have enjoyed SmackDown. I thought it was good. I've not really been that taken with, and I'm a big fan of Aleister Black, Malachi Black. I've not been massively taken with his return. I think he's an incredible talent. I'm waiting to see him. I'm waiting to see how they book him going forward, to see if they've got a story that I think, that is exciting to tell, because it's a great, SmackDown is a great roster for spooky stuff. It turns out now we've got Alexa Bliss, we've got Aleister Black, and the Wyatt Sicks. Follow it with notifications on. I tend to just look, but then I've never had a problem like that before, where I'm like, that's the wrong account. I'm not looking at the right Twitter account, so I will sort that out. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mark, for that. I appreciate you all being here, and thank you for the comments. What do you guys think of Aleister Black while we're here? Would you think you're happy with his return? I was really, really happy with. I was really, really happy at first. Like the presentation was great, and it's only been a few weeks. But the Miz and Mello, is an intro feud. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure whether I'm greatly excited about that. I'm more excited about Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I think that's fantastic too. I'm very excited about Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I think putting Alexa Bliss with the Wyatts right away probably isn't the way to go. I do think down the line, as I said in the beginning of the stream, that would be very, very exciting for a lot of people, but not yet. I think you give Alexa Bliss that time to sort of reacquaint with the life outside the Wyatts and kind of build that star power back up, and then maybe bring that into the Wyatts. That would be really cool. Once again, excited about that. Interesting that no one other than Howdy had their masks on, and Nikki didn't have her usual makeup on. Maybe they're going to go for a less spooky look to the group. Well, they did report that they've got some story stuff, that they've got some new angles and new things to go around. So maybe maybe it is part of it. Maybe sort of stripping back the image will be a part of it. Mark, that's an interesting take as well. Maybe they will strip it back. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time for Wyatt Sicks fans, of course, for just wrestling fans in general, spooky wrestling fans, I guess. But yeah, as always, if anybody sees anything or anybody wants to comment around that tweet as well, because obviously we had a right kerfuffle trying to get that up for you guys. Like I said, I think there's some maybe some more stuff that will come out. I know that Wrestling Days has done some in-depth analysis of it as well. From what I understand, like I say, it's a YouTube video from the Matrix just saying welcome back, we're happy to be back, kind of thing. And then of course the reference to Bray's birthday, which again was also my birthday. So what a wonderful birthday present for me to have Bray come back. On that, sorry, not Bray, sorry, Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Sicks come back on Bray's birthday. Emma's here. Thank you, love. Nice to see you. This must be the final chance to get over for the Wyatts. Maybe, yeah. Well, he shouldn't be losing already. Yes, I'm guessing he didn't get pinned. Still can't be losing already. Yeah, that's Malachi Black. Thank you, Mark, for engaging there. Again, big fan. I was actually a really big fan of what they were doing with the House of Black and AEW. Of course, not to plug it, but it is my favorite wrestling interview over on WrestleSphere. You can see an interview I did with Malachi Black. He's really, really intelligent and a really good mind for the business. And I was super excited to see him back. And I think the Mello Miz feud kind of, again, is a first feud. I could understand it for, the Wyatt Sicks. I can understand Chad Gable for the Wyatt Sicks and then going into the Miz. But I read and I heard that they were going to present Malachi Black as a main eventer. I think that was what Triple H wanted, certainly back in the day. And I think what's what I read when he was coming back. So I'm surprised they gave him the Miz, and I'm surprised they gave him, Mello. I mean, Mello is great in his own right, so maybe Mello, but then I don't know, because not to waffle on, but we're seeing the resurgence of R-Truth in a match with John Cena later on this evening. So and R-Truth and the Miz are kind of the stalwarts. They've been going for a long time. The Miz is a legend in his own right, and the kind of gatekeeper for WWE. So maybe I'm just full of rubbish. because the Miz is a legend, and he's the guy that brings gravitas to first feuds in the absence of Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth as he's known now. So yeah, maybe I'm just full of S word. Because who else would you have given to Malachi Black? Aleister Black to start off with. Yeah, let's just it must be the final. Do you guys think it's the final chance to get over? Let me know if you come to this again. If you're late to this, put it in the comments. If you're with us now, thank you again, Mark, for engaging. Gone from destroying a show venue and killing Cable to interrupting a tag match. I don't know. I was just happy to see him back, man. Do you think Black joins the faction? Good question, Daz. Yeah, no. I think again, the sort of default is to put spooky people together, and I think it would work with Alexa Bliss because of the link to the Wyatts. But I'm not sure that. Again, Aleister Black putting with the Wyatt, I don't know if it would actually limit the character, particularly for Aleister Black this stage in his career, maybe down the line. I think it potentially, especially as he's just returned. I mean, the Wyatts is a great faction. It's great for spooky fans, great for spooky wrestling fans. But I think Malachi Black has something a little different. He caters towards kind of metal fans and alternative music fans as well. So there's a big audience, and probably arguably a bigger audience for Malachi Black, Aleister Black, than there is the Wyatt Sicks. So I don't know if it would limit him at this stage. I hope not. He should be an assassin, not a leader. I agree with that. B2 folks, Saturday Night Main Event is on YouTube. Oh, there you go. Free to watch. Good to know. Is anyone doing it later? I don't know who's doing it. I don't know. Maybe I'll speak to Dan. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're all pretty knackered. Anthony was saying the key to YouTube these days is consistency, and because he's doing his what's it called? Oh, you can tell I don't do live streams much anymore. What's Anthony's YouTube channel called that he's doing really well on? That I'm having a brain fart on, but he's been doing that really consistently. Grim Sim, thank you. I love you, Anthony. He's been doing like really consistent videos, but it's so hard for him, because he's got to work and then come home and do videos and stuff. One of the things that we've really missed doing on this channel, and I think we haven't really done since the pandemic, is consistent live streams. But it's 9:30 in the morning, in the evening here in the UK, and this to me these days, especially with work and stuff, is late. So we just can't do them as much. And is doing AEW tomorrow. Yeah, Anthony loves AEW. I'm really hoping for an Eddie Kingston return in the absence of Darby, because obviously Darby's climbing Everest, and we do those little videos. I'll probably start doing an Eddie Kingston section because I really love Eddie Kingston. I think he's wonderful. So I will cover Eddie because I just love his approach to wrestling and the mental health stuff that he talks about, and just that he's kind of real and honest. I love that vibe. He feels like the most genuine wrestler in wrestling right now, which I know is ironic given that I like spooky theatrical stuff, but I really love, I do love Eddie Kingston. I think a lot of people do. So yeah, I know, because Anthony just doesn't watch AEW at all. But yeah, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Wyatt Sicks return? Put some comments in. We'll finish up let's have a look. Where are we now? Let's finish up at half an hour. We're on 20 minutes. We're coming up to 20 minutes. We'll do another 10. If anybody wants to comment, we can catch up. What do you guys think of the Wyatt Sicks return? What do you guys want for the future? I think the most obvious thing for them to do is to have him feud with DIY, to have him feud with Gargano, which I know doesn't excite a lot of people. Solid mid card feud, but I think there's a story to tell. I think particularly Gargano and I don't know, because you'd have to. Would you split? Well, you wouldn't split DIY, but you wouldn't have DIY tagging together as much if the story was about Candice and Gargano betraying Loomis. But I still think it's obvious, and it would kind of explain why they did do the attack. But then maybe they just attacked everyone, because they attacked everyone, and there's no reason for them to attack Axiom. Axiom have been pretty good, pretty chill, been pretty nice people, all in all. So yeah, what was the reason of that? I guess they were just announcing their return, and destroying everybody, which I guess is what they did when they went after Gable. But then of course they had the feud. So my instinct is that they'll do something with DIY and Gargano and Candice, because again, Candice and Gargano DIY all had something to do with Loomis. Tom Talks Rubbish is in. Nice to see you, mate. It's not often we do these, as I've discovered this evening. Technical difficulties are a thing, and I forgot about getting prepared to put Twitter on the screen and stuff. But yes, it's been a pleasure to see everybody. Thank you. Maybe put the tag belts on. Yeah, I would never have given. I won't give Howdy a world title or anything like that. But I suppose Loomis and Gacy could have the tag titles. That'd be pretty cool. Rowan and Loomis. I think Loomis and Gacy would make the most sense as a tag team for the Wyatts. I agree with Mark that the Wyatts are on a short leash to get over. I think they are going to go to being more of a less supernatural group and more of a traditional faction with a dark theme. I would like to see that, Norma. Yeah, very, very good point. I would like to see what they could do with that. I love the spooky stuff, as you know. We've talked about it for the last 21 minutes. But I would like to see that as well and see if it works better than the supernatural stuff. You could always come back to more spooky stuff, can't you? But yeah, very, very good point. I do agree with you, Norma. I think that'd be really, really cool to see. Yeah. So we've done the Vincent coverage. We've obviously talked about Darby in AEW. I think he's coming back to beat Moxley. I think he will be the guy to beat Moxley since he's just climbed Everest and put the AEW flag on Everest. I think that's a good move for him. So we've done Darby and obviously the Wyatts as well. Anything else that we haven't caught up with? I feel like we should have done more on the tweet that happened a little bit after SmackDown. But like I say, I did my research. Obviously, Dave has covered it. It is just a welcome back. We're glad to be back, and a reference to Bray's birthday. So again, we'll maybe go back into that later on next week. Now that we know that the Wyatts will potentially be around on Friday, I am probably going to be away. I'm supposed to be in Amsterdam at the end of next week, so I'm not entirely sure that we will be live next weekend. But I'll try and do some coverage. I'll try and jump on live or something, bring my laptop or whatever, and we'll do something off the cuff. I mean, we can't get much more off the cuff than this, can we? So I will try and do some coverage with what happens next week, given it's the first week of the Wyatt Sicks being back, like a darker version of Early Judgment Day. Yeah, I like that a lot, Norma. That's a really good idea. Because the Judgment Day weren't supernatural in any form, but it got over as a kind of goth dark faction, didn't it? Who do you think will beat Moxley? I think it's Darby. Mate. I really do. And that's not just because I'm a fan of alternative culture and all that stuff. I mean, that's a part of why I like Darby's character, but I think it's great to have an underdog, and he's got that Brian Danielson effect. I was talking to Anthony about this at dinner yesterday. He's got the Danielson effect that I think really kind of will put him over. People want to root for the underdog, and I think it'll be very newsworthy as well, because Darby is a massive underdog, and I think you can give it to Ospreay later. You can give it back to Page later, Hangman Page. You can give it back to Swerve later on. Even Joe could have another run before he retires, but I think Darby has to be the one to take it off Mox. Even though, and Anthony and I were talking about this, does that potentially lead to quite a short reign? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long does Darby hold it? My instinct is Moxley is beaten by Darby, and Darby gets beaten by Christian. So that is my instinct for this. Which again, is that going to be a particularly long title reign for Darby? Not sure. Has to be Darby. Anyone else would be stupid. I think at this point, and I think Christian does take it off Darby. Miplet, nice to see you. Welcome. Yeah, it's good to see you. Everybody's come in after my little Twitter meltdown, and I couldn't find the right account. So it's good to see you guys after that happened. But yeah, lovely to see everybody. It's a pleasure to be back live right here on Give Me a Hull. Yeah, we don't do these very often because I'm super tired all the time. But I hope you're all doing okay. How are you? It was my birthday yesterday, and I had a nice meal out with Anthony and the family. It was great. And it's just a pleasure. And again, of course, the Wyatt Sicks came back on my birthday, on Bray's birthday, and now I'm here, right here on Give Me a Hull Yeah, talking to you guys, and it is a absolute pleasure. Thank you, Miplet, and yeah, long time no see. Yeah, I'm just like most people. I'm working, I'm busy. I've been doing some academic stuff. I've been working on band stuff as well, and then creative stuff, man. Soundsphere, WrestleSphere, Screensphere. We've been busy. I don't know if you follow us. If you don't, feel free to. We got film TV stuff over on Screensphere. We got Wrestle stuff over on WrestleSphere. Sam, who you remember from the Smackdown streams, he's doing a lot of that. And of course, Soundsphere takes up most of my time. So yeah, it's honestly, it's been a pleasure to come back and see you guys. I just thought I was going to be popping on for 15 minutes, and then there was a whole rigmarole finding the Wyatt Sicks Twitter account, and yeah, live YouTube, man. I remember now why I do these quick videos, because I can just like reset it and then start again if something goes wrong. But yeah, it's always fun. I love it. It's actually reminded me why I missed doing these, because I just love the comments, and thank you so much for everybody that's, that comes back to this and sees it after the fact. And some people that have been here, it's an absolute joy to see everybody. But yeah, I will stay on. I was originally so I said I was going to stay on for 30 minutes. So if anybody's got any comments they want to put in, what do you think about the Wyatt Sicks return? Do you think it's going to be a Gargano feud, a feud with DIY? Do you think it's going to be something else? Do you feel like they were just kind of announcing their return? We're back. We're going to destroy everything. We've also touched on the Righteous. If anybody wants to talk the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch, what they're doing as well. Do they go to TNA? Do they go to WWE? Are they coming to NXT? They did have a tryout once. And of course, we've touched on the other stuff we focus on the channel, which is Darby. Darby's wonderful, inspiring trip up the mountain. That was incredible. Planting a flag. It just amazes me what Darby does. You know what I mean? He's like a modern day Jeff Hardy. And me and Anthony were having a debate about that. Jeff's a legend, of course. Can Darby eclipse it? Is he fast tracking his demise, so to speak, because he's taking so many mega bumps? Is he going to have to medicate in the same way Jeff did? And I don't mean that in a, I'm not, I understand why Jeff had to use some of those medications, some of those substances, because he must have put himself through so much pain. Is that what Darby's going to end up happening? Is Darby going to have to, go down the same path? I hope not. I mean, obviously I love Jeff, still a legend, still doing great stuff in TNA. I actually got an opportunity to interview Jeff Hardy. I haven't seen you guys. I actually interviewed Jeff Hardy, very short but quick interview about Jeff Hardy's music taste over on Soundsphere. That was a dream come true. I love Jeff Hardy, but I do sometimes I think, wow, Darby could be as big, if not bigger than Jeff, if he has a long career, Right, let's have a look. Let's see. We got some comments. Can you see Punk join Seth Faction? No, I think it's going to be Sami Zayn. Good question, though. It's going to be Sami Zayn. I think people can see it. I think it's pretty obvious, but it's going to be Sami. You had an awesome birthday gift from WWE. Yes, I did. It was almost like they planned it, especially for me. even give me, there was a cake at the end of it and everything. Of course, of course it's for Bray, but it's, it was lovely. What a lovely gift from WWE. Yes, indeed. To Bray's legacy and me as well. Alexa Bliss should join and be the new front woman with Howdy in the background. Co-leaders, but you're probably right, Omar, for being realistic. Alexa Bliss has the star power that they do need. I guess Howdy will have to take a back seat to Alexa Bliss. Maybe there's a power struggle. I still think Alexa Bliss can be used to get over the Wyatt Sicks. Bring them a little bit more gravitas. But then I heard the arena last night. Everybody was into it, wasn't they? Everybody was into the Wyatts. Everybody was cheering them. There was a lot of holy S word chants. So I know they're over and I know they're popular. So do they need Bliss? I mean, it can't hurt, can it? It can't hurt being associated with Alexa. I think you're probably realistically right. But no, Daz, that's going to be Sami. I'd put money on it. Or as I used to say, I'd probably bet a testicle on it. More, mate, Wyatt Sicks Tag Team Champions under Freebird. Oh, yeah, clever. Yeah, I was thinking, who'd you pick? I was thinking you pick Gacy and Loomis because that would be my pick. But then, yeah, if they do Freebird, they can have Howdy. They can have Howdy and Rowan, which I would love to see. Do you think Darby comes back tomorrow? No, because he's still coming down, isn't he? He's still coming down. Everest, sorry, it's been on my mind. What's the mountain? Everest. Make Uncle Howdy Intercontinental. I would like to see it. I think for Bo's legacy as an individual, as a wrestler, it'd be nice to see him win a championship. I don't know if he can do it while he's Uncle Howdy, because I guess it's unless they bring that real, Judgment Day-esque, non-supernatural vibe, which they may or may not do. Because I guess it's the same effect that Bray had when he was the Fiend. As soon as you give a supernatural, unstoppable character a championship, then does it have the same effect? Although it's been proven that Howdy isn't, because and the Six aren't, because the Final Testament beat him. Karrion Kross beat him. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about Karrion Kross. I do loads of stuff on Karrion Kross. How are you feeling about Karrion Kross? Doing really well. Big fan of that stuff at the moment. But yes, I'd like to see it. Good, really, really good point, Conrado. I'd like to see it for Bo's legacy. I think if he goes back to being Bo Dallas, I think he could have an Intercontinental Championship run. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure he could do it as Howdy. For me, if you're going to build Lexi as the new leader, you need to have a win Money in the Bank. We still haven't had a spooky winner. Yeah, and we're not going to get, because Aleister Black's not in it. Yeah, good point. I like that. Do we need? Yeah. Should we have a spooky winner? What constitutes a spooky person in the modern day wrestling? We haven't even had that debate, have we? I was only going to be here for half an hour. We haven't had that debate. What is like passable spooky? We're talking like Judgment Day, right? We're talking like goth music, goth gear, goth entrance, but no like supernatural, suddenly here, suddenly not. Automatic fireballs stuff. I'm taking that to mean what you mean by spooky winner. A spooky person is someone that's rooted in a dark gimmick. Someone like, I suppose, Aleister Black. Happy birthday. Thank you, Norma. I appreciate it. A day late, but don't worry, it's all good. Sammy needs the heel turn. Yeah, it's got to be Sammy. It's got to be Sammy. Keep him relevant that way. He needs he could be a main eventer as a heel. In the same way that I guess it would reinvigorated Cena for a time. I do genuinely think Cena needs to revert back to being a face at some point soon. I've enjoyed the heel turn, but he's only got limited time left. You bring him back to being a face. Maybe Truth does it. Maybe Truth actually wins and changes his mind. Wouldn't that be something? Hey, Truth's promo was good last night. I was watching a podcast. And someone was saying like the crowd last night weren't particularly good. They were kind of over the top. They were wanting Truth. They did the holy S word for the Wyatt Sicks. Although I think that's fine. But yeah, like the what chants and stuff for Truth. They were saying like that was kind of off-putting crowd-wise. But I really enjoyed Truth's promo. Is Dan going live tomorrow also? How's Dan? It's been a few weeks since we've seen him miss him. Dan's good. I saw him a few days ago, I think. Did I see him a few days ago? He's still here. He's doing okay. He's working hard, as usual. Anthony is doing it, as clarified by our wonderful moderator. I haven't publicly had the opportunity to thank you, Mark, and thank you all for supporting, Anthony, supporting Dan, keeping this channel going, really, because, I just kind of had to pivot, and do like pre-recorded short videos. It seems to work. Thank you for the engagement there. But they work really hard. They're doing full-time jobs. They're doing full-time jobs and then they're coming and doing live streams, just like we were doing in the pandemic. Well, obviously not quite like that, but it was really tough. Those live streams, man, I just can't do them anymore. And it's not that I love this podcast, man. I've given years to this podcast, as the others have, as you guys have in the comments. I'm just too tired now. I'm old. I turn, you know how old I am? 39. So yeah, I'm feeling it. Miplet, awesome. Yes, Mark. Having Alexa winning Money in the Bank, then joining would be a fantastic story. Yes, it would. Yeah, I could feel that too. Yeah. Cross is awesome. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you love it. Cross is doing great work. He's doing fantastic. Had a couple of interactions with him on Twitter. I've seen him do great interviews. He's really, his interview with Ariel was great the other day, and it shows because if they've given him Ariel, I mean, Punk's been on Ariel, Hawani, major players go on that show. So, it clearly sees that WWE have something they believe in him. Well, Kane Money in the Bank, I would consider him spooky. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, but he did the cashing in that night, so I wouldn't count it because we didn't exactly see him hold it long and didn't do anything spooky with it. Well, that's an interesting question, is it? What spooky stuff do you do with the Money in the Bank, Money in the Coffin? I love that. Money in the coffin, money in the hearse. So I'm actually, he's doing good. Sorry, I've just tickled myself. Money in the coffin, money in the hearse. Again, this is what I miss. I miss this conversation. I miss you guys engaging with each other, and I'm sure you do it all the time on Anthony's live streams. Just gonna have a sip of my brew that Emma made me before I went on. If I'd have had my tea before I come on, I probably wouldn't have effed up the Twitter thing. I would have been more with it. That's just an excuse, really, isn't it? Who do you think wins, Jay and Logan? Cena Truth. Okay. Well, Jay's winning. Logan doesn't need the win. It's just Logan. It'll be a great match. I think Logan will bring the best out of Jay. Logan brings the best out of everybody. We can't deny it. He's so good as a performer. Truth, I mean, you automatically 99.9% of everybody's prediction is seen as going to destroy Truth, right? That Truth's a legendary, iconic comedy act. I've actually spoken to him too about his music taste. I'm really proud of that one. He's a rapper, obviously, isn't he? So that was great. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Nice little cheap plug there for you. Truth is a legendary comedy act in his mid-50s. But still doing great. So the default is no, of course he can't beat John Cena. It's a non-title match, which suggests that there could be some shenanigans, which could lead to Truth winning. We did see a little Easter egg, didn't we? A little summary, not a summary. What did we see? We saw a little change of heart. There was I think it went viral on Twitter. John kind of coming out of the ring after he won his last match and kind of having a regret, regretting it a little bit after he beat Norton. That was it. And he kind of felt sad. So the seeds are there for John's eventual kind of face turn back, aren't they? Belt champs will retain. Yeah, I think the Truth match with Cena is a non-title. Niplet checking in with Emma. Cross should have done this 2 years ago. Yeah, I would have liked that. I think he's going into Money in the Bank, I think he's going into Money in the Bank. We're talking about not having a spooky gimmick. I mean, Cross is not really doing spooky gimmick, but he's a dark, he's got that dark element. Cross is going into Money in the Bank. I bet what did I bet my left testicle on? I bet my left testicle on something earlier. But I'm betting my right testicle that Cross is going into Money in the Bank. And I'm surprised they didn't put him on Raw last week or the week before. Obviously, he's been on backstage segments for a while. Sorry, my bum's going numb. I had this weird thing, right, where on this new Mac, I've got one of these monitors. It was supposed to help me fix my posture, and if I do this, it puts me into center stage, but then it follows me. Look at this. Is it going to work? Look at this. How weird is that? But it probably looks a bit better. I never know. But then if I if I get real tired, it looks a bit weird. But anyway, I'll keep it like this if you want. If you guys get weirded out by it, I'll change it back. Example: lights go out. Lexi comes from under the ring and cashes in. Yeah. Just going back to this. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen it. Yeah, I would have really liked to have seen it. Cross would have had more championships by now. But here we are. I I'm really pleased with what he's doing, and he's really engaging with fans. Like, I've had interactions with him, and I know other people that have had, and he's doing fantastic work, and you can't fault it. It's like Logan Paul, in it. You know, none of us, I don't think any of us as wrestling fans, you know, who are looking objectively, can fault Cross for doing the work he's doing. I mean, he was paying for his own promo stuff over WrestleMania. He was doing that documentary, which was great. You know, Scarlett was all in on it as well. Obviously, Scarlett is his wife and, you know, greatest supporter. There were some really emotional moments there. Same with Logan. You can't really fault the guy for being an incredible performer. And, you know, whether you like spooky stuff or not, to segue back round, you know, you can't fault the Wyatt Sicks for wanting to pay tribute to Bray and Bo for carrying that. You know, it's done really, really well. You know, he's done really, really well. The Wyatt Sicks, obviously, you saw that, or you heard that reaction, for better or worse, last night. You know, Howdy's over, the Wyatt Sicks are over. So, you know, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to, you know, kind of push Bay's legacy forward? I was talking to Emma about this morning when we watched it. Like, why wouldn't you do that? You know, and what a lovely thing for him to be able to do, to you know, to carry that legacy on. And people are saying, oh, well, it's just cheap, but it isn't. And this is real stuff. It's really emotional stuff that, you know, that everybody can understand. We've all, you know, different people have experienced loss in different ways. Yeah, I like that. I like that. As an example there. I really like Logan Paul. He got into WWE because of his internet fame, but has put in the work to be a legit superstar, has fantastic moves for a man of his size. Absolutely. Absolutely normal. You just can't. Strap match. I forgot about, man, that was funny, wasn't it? The Fiend and the strap match with Daniel Bryan. And were we getting kinky? I think there was loads of references to being kinky. That was what it was, wasn't it? Man, I forgot about that. Nice one, Miplet. Nice one. Oh, good times, good times. Or let's come out and go out casing the ring, or like how Sting accepted Hunter's challenge, have messages on the screen saying, I'm coming for you. Yep, yeah. Oh man, that was cool as well. That was cool as well. The Sting stuff was good. The presentation was good. The birds, you know, the screeching and the lights going out. Man, I want to go back and watch that. I mean, obviously, people look back on it and go, Sting was buried by Triple H, you know, for his first time in WWE. But the presentation, man, was good. You know, when he Sting came out with the feud with Seth, and he came out from him. It wasn't Seth supposed to be presented with a statue, and it was Sting. Really cool. Man, I love wrestling. I forget sometimes, you know. Right. Yeah, I really like that. Dan the Wizard. Yeah, hey Dan, how you doing, man? I've been really getting into Letterboxd, which you kind of turned me on to properly. I know I think I had an account, and then you kind of encouraged me to. I don't know if you did, but I was encouraged via you to start logging stuff. I love Letterboxd, man. It's real good. I have a lot of fun with it. I'm watching more films now too, off the back of brief conversations. Thank you everyone for checking in with Emma, of course. It means a lot to me to have Emma be a part of this community. For me, if Cross goes in the match, he should be the only choice. Dude, I know. I mean, it probably won't work out like that, but if they you know, look, I mean, they do listen. I mean, if you look, I mean, I'm not comparing Karrion Kross to Bryan Danielson, but if you listen to the fans, then Cross is the logical choice to win, right? They give us a lot of stuff to talk about. Doing great, good to have the OGs on this channel. Yeah, past few weeks. Yeah. I just thought, because it was too. The thing is, the problem with what we do, and I've got to be honest about this, is obviously there's people out there doing what, you know, covering what we cover, with exception to maybe the righteous stuff and, you know, the sort of the superstar specific stuff. I mean, Bray and Howdy and the Wyatts, obviously Days has that, See Wrestling, of course, and they're great. The Insiders, who are good friends of mine. So it's difficult to, because I want to do a video, but then like yesterday was my birthday and I was busy today catching up on work. So it's like, well, when do I do it? You know, how do I do it? So I was like, right, well, let's just jump on. Let's have a chat with the community. Let's bollocks up some technical stuff, and let's just, you know, I dommed it. I basically just did what I used to do. So it's just the more things change, the more they stay the same. But it's been an absolute pleasure to come back on. I was only supposed to be here for half an hour. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. What reference is that from? would like to see Scarlett doing more. Like, people know she can talk and can wrestle. Yes, she did a great job in TNA, but it seems like she's just a background character to her husband. As always, Mark, very good points. Yeah, Scarlett's great. Scarlett's great. She's great in TNA. Did I see Tatanka was going to be? Yeah, I love Tatanka, man. You know, who didn't love Tatanka back in the 80s and 90s, right? What a wonderful, yeah, good. And the time they thought Sting was a picture, but it was actually, yeah, that was it. Or was it the same bit? But that was cool. That was cool, right? Cross needs the win. Yes, I agree. Whether we get it, Miplet, is another thing. Whether we get that, because, you know, do they see Cross in the way that we do? You know, the Ariel Hawani interview suggests yes. The groundswell of support, the t-shirts in the arena suggests yes. But are they going to strap the rocket to him? I suppose it could be a Mr. Kennedy thing where they just strap the rocket to him and then take it off him the next day. And Otis, of course, it could be like that, you know. But if they're listening to fans, then the Wyatt Sicks should have loads more TV time, and Karrion Kross should win the Money in the Bank. That's what I think, and I'm sure that's what most of you guys think. Never forget the first stream. Yeah, man, thank you so much. That was like, I can't remember what was that, like post-pandemic, or no, it must have been, because it was here. I was living here, so yeah, I don't know what made me. I think there was some reason I was doing ROH that night because I was interested in it, and you came, and it was great, and never looked back. You know. Different because this was when Cena was trying to get his job back. Nice one. Yeah, cool. I'm going to go back and watch that stuff. Man. That's going to be fun. I'm going to spend a few minutes watching Sting stuff on YouTube now, on WWE, old WWE Sting stuff. So yeah, sorry if I missed anything, guys. Like I say, the Twitter gremlins just weren't on my side today. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'll pull it back up just to be difficult, because I'm gonna follow this account. There's like a really similar. We saw it earlier. There's a Wyatt Sicks, which is the official one, and then there's the Wyatt Sicks, which has the same image and stuff. But anyway, yeah, let me pull it back up just because I'm trying to make my life difficult. And I'm like, there you go. So yeah, did we miss anything here? Does anyone want to talk about this? Because this was the tweet that came up. And you could, like I say, there is some stuff in there. There's a YouTube link there, which takes you to the Matrix. The Bray's birthday thing is a reference. There is this, and there is this. Apparently, this is something to do with. I was wrong, because Dave said this. There's something to do with the game, isn't it? There's another reference here. I was hoping there'd be some stuff in the comments about it, so we could credit people and reference it. There's one here from Wrestling Dynasty, but yeah. Did anybody pick anything out about that? Does anyone want to touch on that here? Because I know we've got some people that like to decode stuff, and I completely ballsed up the getting the Twitter up and stuff. Does anyone want to decode that? Anyone want to? I know it's out there. I know Days has done it, and a few other people have done it. But as far as I'm aware, it's Bray's birthday in numerals. It's a video saying "Welcome back," and then something else too. So yeah, any little details? The little details matter, as they say. If you want to cover those before we finish, we'll go over them. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Cody interfering and helping Truth. Yeah, I don't think Cody's coming back yet, and it feels like a bit early for Cody to come back. And do you have him come back on it? I suppose a free YouTube stream is as good as any. You know, it's probably people that don't have Netflix can watch this. People that don't have whatever network can watch it too. So maybe you do. You're potentially going to have more eyes on it. So maybe you do bring Cody back. I wouldn't say that. We go eat dinner. Love you all. See you tomorrow, Dom. Good seeing you. Thank you so much. And Jessica, Jess, thank you so much for being here as well. Love to Sam. It's been a pleasure. Turns out to be Zarelek Kevin. Thank you so much, Mark, for saving my ass. I'm sitting here mumbling, trying to figure out what it is. And then you come in like a genius, which is why you're here. Because you're a genius and you saved my ass. Let's do what turns out to be Zarelek Kevin from Worlds of Warcraft, Quest 6, Chapter 3, titled Consequences, because consequences means that you have to pay for your actions. The image also contained it. God, I love this guy. I love this guy, saving my ass. The image also contained a verse from the Bible, Job, it's Job, isn't it? Sorry, Job 48, which said, as I have observed, those who plow evil and those who sow trouble reap it. The image also contained a verse from the Bible, Job 48, which said, as I have observed, those who plow evil and those who sow trouble reap it. So yeah, so basically, you do something wrong, you got to pay for it. The question is, again, were they just destroying everybody because they were back, or was there something in the Gargano, Sister Abigail? Was there something in Axiom getting beaten up? I just don't. All the Street Profits with I just don't think that's possible. I just don't think that's a thing, because they didn't do anything. Ringside News, bailing us out again. Did you know John Wick 4 was titled John Wick Consequences in Japan? That is such a better title. That is such a better title. How are you doing, Dan? You all right? I'll hang out. You know what? We've taken it to 52 minutes. Let's take it to an hour. Let's take it to an hour. And let's just, just want to catch up. Yes, I need to do that diet. Like, if I'm, I just need to prepare. I just don't do these anymore. I just have the pre-recorded ones. If I'd have got Ringside News up, we'd have been laughing, but we didn't. I had to rely on Mark and Ringside News to bail me out. Oh, well, I suppose you can go to See Wrestling and Wrestling Days for professional Wyatt Sicks news coverage, and you can come to me for a laugh. Happy birthday for Zach. It was technically was last week. Yes, yesterday. Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers, dude. Same birthday as Bray, which I'm always really proud of. Thank you. Yeah. Hi all. Hey Sam. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I remember why I don't do live streams anymore, but this is fun. This is the chat is great. I remember I do it for the chat. It's lovely to see everybody. Hey guys, I'm gonna stick around for another 6 minutes if anyone wants to chat. Wyatt Sicks, baby! Yeah, no, I was super happy. I was really excited. It was 4 minutes at the end of the show, less than that actually, but it was great. What else would you have done? End of the show, last thing, night before a PLE, I guess. So really good, nice talking point for them all. And yeah, fantastic. And I'm happy you're happy. I'm happy everyone's happy. Anybody that comes back to this, apologies for my disorganized nature. Thank you so much for watching as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting our little channel. Help us grow if you want. There's a little ticker here that Anthony puts on, so I should do that because we are doing a live stream. We never do a live stream, so I don't put that on. We are doing a live stream. Go and like and subscribe. I hate farming for likes. It's probably why we're not a bigger YouTube channel, isn't it? But yeah, you can like and subscribe if you like. If you come back to this, most of you already are. Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'm done, and I've got 6 minutes left. I did promise to go an hour, but yeah. Anybody want any final thoughts on the Wyatt Sicks return? Anybody got any final thoughts on Karrion Kross? Because we cover Karrion Kross on the channel. Anybody got any final thoughts on the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch? Because we're covering what they do next. TNA, WWE, where are they going? What are they doing? Darby climbing Everest. We cover that. Anybody got anything? I'm just going to sit here. Oh, no, we got one. There we go. Keep an eye on social media, folks. We might retweet some Wyatt stuff there too. Yes, we always do. Jessica Illingworth. Who's that? I have no idea who that is. Who's Jessica Illingworth? Hang on. I have no idea who that is. Oh, hang on. No. Who's that? Or is that actual? No, is that actually? Yep. I'm looking up some random name. Keep an eye on social media. I always retweet the Wyatt Sicks stuff. The Righteous should be nowhere near WWE 7 to TNA. Well, Vincent had a run in TNA. It was good. Well, I know Jess is Sam's wife. I didn't know her previous name just because I've always known her as Jess Smith. The Righteous should be. I've never heard Jess's name in that way as in previous name. You know, I only know her as like Sam and Jess and Sam. The Righteous should be. Yeah, exactly. Thank goodness. But why did we mention Jess's previous name? What's that got to do with anything? Like, I thought you were saying because my eyesight's terrible because I never do streams with glasses. Check this out. Right? It's that. God, everything's so much better, right? I actually literally thought you were talking about James Ellsworth for a second. I actually, when you type that, because my eyesight's so bad when I don't have my glasses on, I thought you said James Ellsworth. I got really confused. Yes. It's almost like it didn't. The before times didn't exist. What the hell were we all doing 10 years ago? I think I was living in Manchester. No, I was in York 10 years ago. What was everybody doing 10 years ago? That's a nice little thing to finish up 3 minutes before the end. Ignore me. It popped up Smith. Not. Why would it pop up Illingworth? Because it's Smith. I don't. Wait a second. I don't understand. Have I missed something? Jessica. I can only see Jessica Smith. There's no reference to. You've really confused me, man. There's no reference to Illingsworth anywhere on this stream. I don't. Anyway, I don't know. This has devolved, as most of our super professional streams do. Would you guys be up for me? I mean, I'm probably not going to do this. Look at that. Look at how ominous that Zoom function is on this Mac. Right, let me go forward. There you go. And then if I go back, it makes me look like a Bond villain. Yeah, how cool is that? This is why. But yeah, thank you. Yes. He thought, oh right, yeah. About what does it even matter? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep being a Bond villain for the next couple of minutes. I'm a dumb word. I thought her name was Illingworth on you. Okay, whatever. It's all good. I've had way too much. You've been drinking in the pub, haven't you, Samuel? You've been drinking in the pub, Samuel. You naughty boy. You deserve a spanking from Jess. Or whichever way around you prefer. Whoever does the spanking is fine. We're an all-inclusive channel here. Yeah. Would you guys be up for? And again, I'm going to regret saying this. Maybe like once a month if I did this, because this has been fun, minus the technical difficulties, which are always present because it's me. Once a month, maybe would you guys be up for this? Like, we'll just hang out. I'll schedule it in. We'll have pre-warning, you know. That's a cool, but Emma's still here. That is a cool BoJack Horseman thinking about it. Yeah, Emma made that for me. How cool is that? It's just ahead of my National Diversity Award. Yeah, Emma made me that. She 3D printed it. Emma's got 3D printers doing cool stuff. What do you call it? Dead set on printing. Have you got an Etsy channel, right? Etsy thing. Yeah, go dead set on printing. Emma, Cheap plug, yeah. But it's great, isn't it? I have an Etsy shop. Yeah, there you go. Emma's got an Etsy shop. Go and have a look. There's some 3D printed stuff. You know, we got loads of goth stuff in our house, right? I don't know if you've ever seen. We've got like a goth living room. Got like loads of skulls and stuff. Loads of those are printed by Emma. She's just like skulls, plant pots. One of these things. One of these skull things here. It's got a little. It's got it moves. It's got a little stand here. It's got. I'm gonna have to do that afterwards now. But yeah, plug in my other half's wares. What else are you gonna do on a YouTube stream about the Wyatt Sicks? Some would like a link. Bookends. There you go. Bookends for book. Yeah, I've not done. I didn't put them in any books, did I? Another cheap plug. Check out our social medias. We post stuff there, and doesn't when X doesn't crap the bed again. Yeah. I've heard there's been loads of problems. What a beautiful man. Oh, hey, it's Bozzy. I was only supposed to be doing half an hour, and then it went to an hour. You know, I shouldn't be surprised, really. What a lovely community we have. Even if there's only a few people in, it's always a pleasure. Again, if anybody comes back to this, do hopefully you're all right. Hopefully you're doing okay. Thank you for checking our channel out. Thank you for your support. It is a pleasure. Yeah, thank you, Sporsy. Good to see you. Yeah, X Twitter, whatever it's called now. Yeah, does anyone want to? I should probably I don't know. I've got some a pudding here, like baked apple and some cream. Yeah, I've turned it into one of them ASMR streams. I've got a weird face when I eat fruit, right? It looks like I don't like it, but I love it. Any weird facts about you guys you want to share? You can tell I've not done one of these in ages. I'm like full neurodivergent mode. Yeah, so any weird facts about you? So weird facts about me is that I can't eat fruit and not look like I'm having a poo. It just doesn't. I look like I don't enjoy it. So I'm eating this baked apple, lovingly prepared by my other half, Emma, which is lovely because I'm very lucky. And I'll eat this fruit, right? There's probably some weirdo in the comments or watching this back, and he's like cracking one out to me eating some food just because I'm like a bearded dude on YouTube. I'm probably giving myself too much props, but anyway, if you're watching, enjoy, subscribe, we're monetized. You drop us some funds. You're really good. What were we talking about? Wyatt Sicks. Right, hang on. Sam's finished cracking one out. That'll be me. Good. Under Siege is free to air. They're professional. TNA. Everybody go watch. We haven't even talked about how great TNA is. WWE relationship, fantastic. Joe Hendry, fantastic. How great is TNA right now? I've been a fan of TNA for years. I was a fan of TNA before TNA was cool. And I was doing loads of interviews with TNA superstars right here on this channel before we moved them all to WrestleSphere. Go and support TNA because they're fantastic and they're great. Their UK press team is wonderful and they're great to us and we love them. Yeah, his name is Sam. Jam Really Poe is the best. Yeah, I listen to. Thank you, love. Yeah, Jam Really Poe is the best. We've had Jam Really Poe together, haven't we, Sam? Which was great. I love Jam Really Poe. TNA. Can I even put that on? Wanking to dessert. Can I even put that on you? I've done it now. It's devolved. The stream has devolved. Well, I can't see if we are anymore. So who knows if we are? Yeah, probably not. Are we monetized still? I think we are. We make like 13 quid a month at best these days. Sorry, pulling back the curtain now. While I'm here, I might as well pull back the curtain. Let's have a look. What are we doing? I've probably tripled our revenue by eating pudding. 11 quid for 43, which I guess pays for StreamYard. There goes the T-Bud. Yeah. Oh, no, this is probably, I'm just going to carry on eating pudding. Right, yeah. Anybody? Right, I'm going to finish eating my pudding and drinking my brew. Does anybody want to chat about anything? Have I missed anything? Anyone want to talk about the Wyatt Sicks, which is what we came on here to talk about, the wonderful return of the Wyatt Sicks, and the potential of feuding with Johnny Gargano and DIY, because that's who Uncle Howdy, Sister Abigail, and Gargano has previous with Dexter Lumis. And is Aleister Black doing any good? I think it could be better, but I'm pleased to have him back. Righteous and TNA, probably. They go to TNA. Karrion Kross is amazing. Should be in Money in the Bank. Hopefully will be in Money in the Bank. Darby will be the one to beat Moxley. And when he's come back from Everest, Darby's going to be the one. And then Christian's going to beat him. It's going to be very quick. When's Eddie Kingston coming back? Because I want to talk about Eddie Kingston. Because I love... We're doing it now. I'm really enjoying this. But it doesn't look like it. I love Eddie Kingston. He's wonderful. Are you in the pub? Are you watching me in the pub? Well, is it that pub that we went to? It was really good. I love that pub. I'm not going to be coming back to Preston as much, right? It's going to be a shame. We're going to have to hang out. I'm going to have to come to Preston to visit you on a social level. Good job I like it, isn't it, Sam? Yeah. Man, this is good. Yeah, is Uber in Preston? I mean, Blackpool now. I mean, I suppose it will be in Blackpool, isn't it? Taurus' name. We got Uber in Hull now. That's the thing that's happened since I was last on the live stream. Uber's in Hull. We're at Real City now. Was in the cocktail bar and said, oh, yeah, cool. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm done. Professional live stream completed. Was supposed to be half an hour. It's 1 hour and 7. Shout out to the community that supports us. Shout out to the Fireflies. Shout out to you all. There is no point in doing this without you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for giving us a platform to talk about things we love. I will be here with pre-recorded content next week. I'm supposed to be in Amsterdam next weekend, so I'll figure something out and we'll get some coverage here. Who is Dexter? Am I missing? Oh, right, yeah. Right. Big shout out to North Wrestling, who had a great show tonight. They've got another one in Leeds on Friday. Excellent. North Wrestling are great. Fantastic. Go and check out North Wrestling in the UK if you're in the UK. Spalls is their PR guy, and he's a legend, and they're great too. More love for North Wrestling on this channel. The cat. Sorry, I was like, who's Dexter? I was like, the cat. Immediately I went to Dexter Lumis, of course. Yes, yes, the cat. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not even hammered. I'm just high on apple and nighttime brew. Yorkshire Tea's own nighttime brew, because I'm fucking hardcore. Right. Yeah, I'm off. I'll see you in a bit. Take it easy, guys. Hull yeah, and all that. This has been fun. Once a month. Let me know if you want me to do it once a month. Well, I'll catch up. It's just as a way to catch up with everybody. Yeah, let me know in the comments or on Twitter if you want me to do a live stream catch up once a month. And I will see you guys in a bit. Good evening. I was going to rip off the trimmer show. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Oh yeah.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say?
This is Darby Allen, and you're listening to Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast.